I'm talking on the subject this morning. You are a gift. Tell your neighbor you are a gift. Say it one more time. You are a gift. You are a gift. Now tell your neighbor, I am a gift. Now tell your neighbor, I'm a gift to you. Say it confidently. You see, this is one of the problems that many of us have not discovered. That is why a lot of people find it difficult to stay in some certain places. And they felt that they don't want to embrace them wherever they get to. Now, they will always embrace you wherever you get to the day you discover that you are a gift to humanity. They will always embrace you. And you cannot discover that you are a gift to humanity until you first of all discover your own gifts. Every mortal being that God had created, the Lord has blessed that mortal being with a gift. That is a special gift that God had embedded in you. But you have not unwrapped it. And that's why a lot of people, because you have not discovered it, then it will be difficult for people outside to discover it. The moment you discovered it, then other people will start to discover it because you start to use your gift to help humanity. Now let's see what Solomon said in the book of Proverbs 18 verse 16. I say you are a gift to humanity. You are a gift. You are a gift. I'll keep on saying it until you discover. So don't let some people, some of us, they have used words of discouragement to run us down. Some people have said some certain things that good things can never come out of our lives. And some of us, we have believed what they have said, and we believe that we cannot do better in life. It's a lie. Every mortal being that God had created, God has deposited something in you. A gift is in you. That gift is not for only you, it's for you to bless mankind. It's for you to influence life. It's for you to use it to help a lot of people and bring them to where they're supposed to be. And that is what the gift, the purpose of the gift God gave to you. The purpose of the gift God embedded in you. Look at what Solomon said in the book of Proverbs 18 verse 16. He said, a man's gift maketh a room for him and bring him before great men. Who told you that you cannot sit with great people? Who told you that you cannot also be a great person in life? It's a lie. Discovery of your gift is what makes room for you. The day you discover your gift, that is the day your life will never be the same again. And when you start to display that gift to help humanity, doors start to open unto you without you knocking. A mighty treasure has been deposited in us. A mighty gold, mighty diamond, mighty jewel, God has deposited it in our lives. But at times we allow the environment or the family we come from, because of what people said, or because of our upbringing, or because of what we have experienced in life. For the fact that you failed last year, for the fact that you came in contact with so many obstacles, does not mean that the gift that God has deposited in you will not work. That gift will work. And that gift will do mighty things. So you are not ordinary. You are a special being. I'm going to show you the chemistry of your life this morning. Then you will know that God really planned you for you to be existing, for you to be in the midst of humanity, to be in the midst of people in this last day for a particular purpose. You are not just by mistake existing on planet Earth. Your existence on planet Earth is for a purpose. The Bible says something in 2 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 7. 2 Corinthians 4 verse 7. And let's see what Paul said. That you know that you are a gift. Praise God. There is a mighty treasure in you. A lot of us don't know that we have treasures in us. Or somebody felt that because, okay, he has not been to tertiary institution, he only ended up at the secondary level. He believed that he cannot do mighty things. No, the gift of God in you is different. The gift is for you to help. The gift is for you also to get to where God has designed for you. Many people are in need of your gift. Look at what Paul said. He said, but we have this treasure in an earthen vessels. What type of treasure God put in an earthen vessel? You see, it was not just an ordinary treasure. A mighty treasure, a glorious treasure. God has deposited it in an earthen vessel. And look at what he said, that the excellency of the power may be of God, not of us. Somebody gave it to us. Somebody gave it to you. Tell your neighbor, you are a gift. Until you start to see yourself that you are a gift before you can be useful in any society that you find yourself. Many of us that we are here this morning, many have been in this church for many years, but some have not discovered their gifts. And that is why you are not rendering anything. You are not doing anything to support or to move the kingdom forward. Not to support Pastor Aminu personally, but to move the kingdom forward. Because your gift will pave a way for you. Your gift is what God has put in you for you to turn things around. It is that gift that will turn things around. God did not just send you to come and just watch and return back to him like that. No. He sent you to come and display your gift. If you want to know who you are and you want to discover yourself, let's see what David said in Psalm 139 from verse 14. You are somebody. You are a great person. You are not ordinary. God has decided to make you like that. You must unwrap the gifts. You must let people see the gift. You know, one of the problems that I have discovered in our lives, in the life of mankind, is when people die, then some people want to be talking about the tributes. Oh, it's this, it's that. But when the person was on earth, you never celebrate, you never stirred up the gift in that person. And that's why you see that most of the glorious place on earth is the cemetery. Many had gifts, but they could not display the gifts. They could not use the gifts. Many could not benefit from their gifts. You must try your best that people will benefit from your gifts. And once they are benefiting from your gift, they have no choice than to celebrate you. Some people said, oh, when I get to that place, I felt uncomfortable. Anytime I step into that place, something is missing. The gift, you fail to display the gift. Now let's see how God created us and see what God has embedded in us. And we now start to move according to that. David discovered it. That was why no matter the way Saul was chasing him, he was not moved. Even though he was a young man, when he was ordained and anointed to be the next king. But the Saul was still ruling at that particular time. But David did not allow all the things that Saul had at his disposal to intimidate him. Can't you see how he saw Goliath and he said, oh, I had a gift? Who is this uncircumcised Philistines? The gift in me will bring this one down. You see, the gift of God in you, we make anything that want to embarrass you, anything that want to stop you, to surrender to you. Let's see what Psalm 139 says from verse 14. Psalm 139. Somebody at home now. This school of wisdom this morning. Praise God. It's quite some time. For 2 months we have enjoyed a moment of wisdom, but we have started to enjoy it now. There's gift in you. You are a gift. Every man, you are a gift to your wife. Every woman, you are a gift to your husband. You know, a lot of men don't know that they are a gift to their wives. A lot of women don't know that they are a gift to their husband. The day you know that you are a gift to your husband, you start to do the right thing. The day you know that you are a gift to your wife, you start to do the right thing. And there will be peace at home. The day we start to see ourselves that we have different types of gifts, and we have to synchronize ourselves together so that we can use the gift to help each other, society will turn around. Mighty things will happen. The day you will start to see in the house of God that God has embedded a mighty gift in you, and also He has blessed your brother seated next to you with another gift, and you now join hands together with him, you become a giant. And you move the world. And things will happen. Then you can form a synergy. And that synergy will be very great and nobody can destroy it. It's that gift that matters. Don't let your gift die. Or don't let people discover your gift when you are dead. That will never be your portion. That will never be our portion. They must discover our gift while we are still living. They must see our gift while we are still on earth. And you must also demonstrate to the people that the gift of God is in you. Psalm 139 from verse 14. Praise God. He said, I will praise thee, for I am fearfully. Look at how does this man manage that God was afraid when God was trying to mold him in his mother's womb? Because I was fearfully and wonderfully made. In the midst of millions of counts of semen, one drop on the egg, and it becomes fertile. And before you know it, it started growing from embryo stage. And it grew to some certain level in the womb of a woman. And after 9 months, the woman delivered that person. So David said, I have to praise him because I was fearfully made. So I cannot be afraid of something that doesn't have the type of gift that I possess. That was why David was able to conquer and defeat Goliath. Can you imagine what David used to kill Goliath? Not strength, not power, but the gift that God has embedded in him, that he can use the sling very well. Many of us have been attending this church, or you have been going to some places. You are regular there, but you don't display the gift of God that God has embedded in you. How will they celebrate you? They will not celebrate you. You are not the one that will tell them to celebrate you. The gift you display that set them free or bring blessing to them, we make them to celebrate you. David was celebrated when he was able to bring down the ugly Goliath, as great, as tall, as giant as Goliath was. All the women in the city had no choice than to start to sing. It was not David who orchestrated the song, but the women thought it wise that the gift of this man had brought liberation to us. Gift bring liberation. You are a gift to humanity. You are a gift to this church. You are a gift to this nation. You are a gift to the world. Then why do you allow people to look down on you? Why do you allow people to run you down? Why do you allow them to call you nobody or non-entity? No, I'm not talking this morning that you should be arrogant or you should be proud, but no. But I'm telling you that you have a gift. When you start to discover the gift, then the gift will make a way for you, and they have no choice than to celebrate you. Where others are using force, you don't need to use force. Your gift pave a way. Can you see the difference between Saul and David this morning? This boy was just an ordinary shepherd boy, but his name rang bell more than the name of the king. Why are you envious of another person? Because you have not discovered your own gifts. Why is it that some people like to be envious of you and destroy you? They have not discovered their gifts. Something has made you to be unique more than them. Something has given you leverage over them. That thing that gave you leverage over them is what is making them to be annoyed. And if you are not wise, you can be intimidated. David's name rang bell more than the name of the king, Saul. It was not David who heralded his name, but the women who encountered and saw the gift that David displayed could not hold it. And they started singing, and they sang a wonderful song that David had killed 10,000. And Saul had only killed 1,000. And that ran Saul mad. Your gift, when you start to unwrap it, people will start to celebrate you. And when you start to unwrap it in the house of God, mighty things happen. There are some of us seated here that God has blessed with the gift to convince some people to talk. When you are telling them about something, they easily listen and they'll follow you. And you don't know that the Lord has raised you to be one of the great evangelists in the world. But you are still waiting for somebody to tell you, or somebody to push you. There are some of us that God has even placed a mighty gift on our palms. That whatsoever you touch, you turn it to gold. What was Paul trying to tell Timothy when Timothy was very young? I'm not going to take a long time, but I'm just going to show you something this morning. And every Sunday, 30 minutes, you enjoy something great and your life will never be the same again. We don't have to fight ourselves. The cause of all this rancor is because we have not discovered where God has assigned us to operate. The day you discover where God has assigned you to operate, you have no business with another person. Even in marriages, whenever there is rancor, it's because both the two parties have not discovered where God had assigned them to operate. The Lord had assigned the men to be the head, and He had assigned the women to be subjected, to be submissive. And the Lord had assigned men to love, and He had assigned the women To submit. To submit means to keep on to embrace, to keep on to back up, to keep on to err. So you can see life of David and see the difference between David and Saul. And as I was saying, why did he write to Timothy when he was very young? 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 20. You are not just a Christian to just sit in the house of God alone. You are not just born into that family alone. You are born into that family for specific reasons. You are not just a citizen of this nation alone to carry the passport everywhere. You are a citizen of this nation to create an impact. You are not on earth for just to look at the tree. You are on earth to come and engrave your name. And if you don't do that, you see that many people, they just sojourn. They were sojourner and passed through the face of the earth, and they have now passed on to the other side. But did people enjoy their gifts? Were they able to unwrap their gift for people to see? Look at what Paul said to Timothy. But in a great house. Where is that great house? Many of you seated here, you thought maybe Paul was referring to heaven. The great house is the house of God that we are seated here now. The great house that Paul was referring to, telling Timothy, is the house of your Father. It's this place where we are. So Paul was trying to acquaint this young man that wake up to who you are. I was the one who laid hands on you with some other people, apostle. And we sent you forth. Don't be intimidated. Look at what Paul said. I believe somebody will take something home now. But in a great house, they are not only vessels of gold and silver. Paul quickly made Timothy to understand. He said, we have different type of people. Those who have used their gifts can belong to the class of gold. Those that people have benefited from their gift also belong to the type of gold. Those who kept their gift, or those who did not discover their gift, may belong to the type of silver or bronze. But look at what he said. But also of wood in that great house. Those who have not seen their gift at all. Then look at what he said again. And of heads. And some to honor. And some to dishonor. Your gift is the answer. Your gift is the answer. If you want to turn things around, start to display your gift to the world. You must ask God. There is something that God has embedded in you. You are a gift to the world. You are not ordinary. You are a wonderful person. You are not a vessel of dishonor. You are a vessel of honor. Why? Because of the gift the Lord gave to you. How do you manage or use the gifts? Now let's look at this before we close. Let's take a look at this. If that young chap was not sent to the battlefront to go and give bread and water to his brethren, his name will not come to the limelight. But when he went to the battlefront, he went and gave bread and water to his brethren. Goliath of Gath was tormenting the camp of the Israelites for 40 days. Coming in and going out. Coming in and going out. You have not been able to discover something from the story of the life of David. You just believe that it was just an ordinary story. Why? Look at it very well. Why is it that his own father now called him? He was the one that his father called to go and give them bread and water. God had a purpose for it. He was the youngest. He was the last born. So he stayed at home when the others when they have gone to the battlefield. But the one who was at home was the one who brought victory to the nation. That's why Jesus Christ said at times the first will be the last, and the last shall be the first. What was he talking about? He was talking about the gifts. Even look at the word now. Let's look at David. He went there. Nobody was able to face Goliath. He said, what are you going to give to this person who managed to take away the shame that this man is trying to put on Israel? And somebody said, the king had volunteered that his daughter will be married to the person. He said, that was a good deal. He said, I can bring him down. He knew the potency that God had embedded in him. He believed so much that with a sling, if he pull it, it can never miss. Not only on Goliath alone, he had used it to kill lion, he had used it to kill bears. So this one is uncircumcised. His brother told him, you can't face him, you want to die? He said, don't worry yourself. What I had, you did not have. If you have got that thing, I will not be here. At times, God allows you to be in a particular place for a specific reasons. And the moment you discover the reason why God allows you to be there, and you start to function in accordance to that specific reasons, you become a star. Without you struggling with anybody. How many posters did Joseph printed before he was enthroned as the prime minister in Egypt? How many people used their thumb to vote for him? The gift that God embedded in him distinguished him. Some people, you don't know, I always use this word. When you are helping people, you are helping yourselves. When you are doing good to people, you are doing it for yourself. This is what a lot of people have not been able to discover. I've heard some people, and they'll be saying, oh, we made him. Whatsoever you have contributed into people's life is for yourself. That's the gift that is in you, and it will come back later to open doors unto you. It will come back to bring what you thought it cannot come back to life. That thing will come back to life. How did Lazarus? How did he come back to life? This family of Lazarus, Mary, Martha, and Lazarus himself, they were so close to Jesus Christ. Not only close enough, they were also helping him and supporting him all the time. So Mary, Martha, they helped Jesus in his ministry. Because of that, Jesus loved Lazarus so much. So you can see that when he was sick, they wrote a letter. Your friend that you love so much is sick. Now the good thing they have done, for many years they were doing it, helping Jesus. But that day Jesus was not around, and Lazarus died. And it took him 4 days before he returned back. And when he came back, he knew. Jesus told Peter, he said, he's sleeping. We shall go back to wake him. How many people did you think Jesus have used that word for in the Bible? Apart from Lazarus. He told Peter, he said, look, not that he was sleeping, he's dead. But the good things they have done, we also pay back to that family. So I'm going there now to wake him up. So Jesus also went to the tomb of Lazarus, entered into the cave where they buried him, and he said, Lazarus, come back to life. Now let's look at it from this point. Assuming that family, Mary, Martha, Lazarus, they don't mind Jesus at all. Are you telling me that in the whole Jerusalem, Lazarus was the only person who died in that country? That very day that Lazarus died, you know, many people had also died. That day that Lazarus was buried, many people were buried. Then why is it that Jesus did not go to the cemetery and talk to all the dead people there and say, rise up, rise up, rise up? No? Are you getting me now? Was there no cemetery that time? Was he the only man buried? The payback came. As regard to the gift they had also offered to Jesus. And Jesus went back and said, Lazarus, come back to life. After 4 days. At times there are some certain things that are dead in our lives. Connections, help, aspiration, or effort that you have done, or you have put into some certain things. But one day, maybe the good you have done to somebody will rejuvenate all those things back to life. Never you see yourself only for your family, or never you see yourself only for your own self alone. See yourself as a gift to the world. See yourself as a gift to your nation. See yourself as a gift to the ministry where God He had planted. And start to offer and use that gift to open doors for other people. You will never be stranded. No matter what is happening, there are some people here, they can sing very well, but they don't want to join the choir. There are some people here, they know what they can do to bring many souls to the kingdom, but they don't want to join the evangelism department. Until you start to use your gifts, until people start to benefit from that gifts, then glorious things will happen. You are not ordinary. You are an extraordinary person. Discover your gifts and start to shine. In an earthen vessel, there was a treasure when God was building it. Many will not see the treasure, but you have to let them see. It is when you allow them to see, then they start to embrace it. But if you don't let them see it, they will not embrace it. The good you do today will speak for you tomorrow. The people you help today, they are still coming back to help you tomorrow. That's why you must not join the group of people who destroy, who undermines, because nobody knows tomorrow. Nobody knows tomorrow. The group of people that destroy, that undermines, they have not discovered their gifts. Those who discover their gifts don't spoil, don't destroy. They use their gifts to bless people, and people will benefit from them. After some time, they will come back to reap from what they have sown. And that's what the Bible says. Do not be deceived. Whatsoever a man sows, that is what that man will reap. So I'm here this morning to let you know, without wasting your time, to tell you that you are a gift. A gift to me, a gift to this commission, a gift to this nation, a gift to the whole wide world. Why not let them see your gifts? And your name will start to ring bell. Without you enforcing or using power, one day you will see yourself at the prison door will open, and they will take you to the palace, and you become the prime minister. Walk around and start to shake people. Walk around and start to tell people, you are a gift. You are a gift. Leave your position. Walk around and shake people and tell them, you are a gift. You are a gift. You are a gift.